Game number 1, Curse.EU, CLG Prime. CLG actually going to be on the blue side, first ban, first pick here. And Jax, Blitzcrank, and Lee Sin actually already meeting the ban hammer. So we've seen, I do want to talk a little bit about Curse.EU though, but actually going on into this, because one of their, I managed to get a chance to talk to them while they were practicing soon after they came in. And they recognized that a lot of problems that they were running into over the past few weeks were very big on communication. And they actually told me, like, after Super A's decided to leave, it's like, communication's been so much better.
I got to talk to Panky, who's not a manager, but he does live with Curse guys. He is a caster for Curse, and it was just like, at this point, like, he is almost as good a team member, Patoy is, as Super A's was, just because somehow he's clicked in perfectly. So, despite the fact that Patoy is currently substituting since Super A's is no longer on the team, he's been doing a great job. And actually, one of those bans coming out from CLG North America, that Blitzcrank, that is aimed straight at Patoy. So while CLG, they may not know that much about Curse.EU, Patoy does have, well, he's played on North America quite a bit.
Right.
And that Blitzcrank ban aimed at him, which is weird because, I mean, how often do supports get banned? This isn't solo queue.
This is not solo queue. I mean, it's that much of a threat. And there is the new first pick over there from CLG, more than likely going to be going over to Locodoco. His granted, he's been a fantastic support so far, but his picks are somewhat limited. But Lulu, also a very very contested support. I want to say, so I think most picked support, I think, in this weekend so far.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Lulu, and then it really goes down from there. Maybe there's a decent amount of, say, Nunu, a decent amount of Zyra actually coming out quite a bit, but number one really has been Lulu. That could be a jungle Nunu. I've seen Chaucer do it a couple times, but it's not that often. And support Lulu, that is Patoy's, I'd say, second main. Patoy plays the Blitzcrank, plays the Lulu, and he's been doing Lulu since before she got repopularized. Like, she came out, was totally broken, everybody played her mid lane, top lane. Then after the nerfs, Patoy still held on to her, still playing her in the bot lane.
Because I believe in you, Lulu. I still believe.
I mean, she was completely broken.
She was,
There's a good reason she was played top and mid, because she could win every lane, also win every match, because everyone on your team could die. But, support Lulu's still pretty good. Yeah.
And then Cho'Gath going to be picked up there by Curse.EU also. That is Malunu's not only his most played support, but his most successful support as well in the months leading on up to IPL 5.
The support Cho'Gath?
Support Jungle.
I was going to say, that's a...
ban, damn it.
That's a really good support Cho'Gath.
That's a really good support Damn it. It's been so long. It's been such a long day.
I mean, shout out to support Cho'Gath players out there, but you're not seeing the representation today.
I'm so glad you're here.
It's okay. We opt to confuse
Jungle,
well, not Cho'Gath.
Jungle Cho'Gath, support Lulu, top Xin, and if they switch Xin and Cho between top and jungle, I'm just going to be even more confused.
I mean, they do a lot of top Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao, really a fun top laner to watch because he is all in.
Yeah.
Someone like Irelia, you can disengage by using the stun. Like, that's kind of what you do. You go in, you disengage with a stun or the slow, kind of walk out of there. Zen's out. You use a slow to initiate, and then all of your follow-up comes a little bit after, so it's hard to really escape those one-on-one fights, but he's so good at the 1v1, it's hard to deal with. That Malphite pick could be, I would assume it's going top lane, because that's where it fits, and it makes sense against Zen's out, because he deals so much physical damage.
Right. And then just mulling over the remaining picks, so you still need a mid, you still need an AD over here on CLG. Trolling us with the Zillion, I doubt that's going to be the pick, but it could be. It could be. I wouldn't mind that. And just like, oh, what is it? I thought we were watching M5 for a second.
The problem is they don't know what they're going up against, so I wouldn't expect the Zillion pick. And mid lane Zillion, he does have some counter lanes, so it's be weird not to see it. There we go, Orianna. That makes a lot of sense. Orianna, definitely one of Big Fat LP's common picks.
Yeah, Orianna makes a lot of sense. It's something CLG Prime is comfortable with. And also the Caitlyn pick. We've been seeing quite a bit of Caitlyn Nunu actually as well. This morning even we actually saw Curse.NA run the push lane there.
It was really aggressive. Got a lot of CS so quickly, and that was like what really dominated them. They had the CS lead, and it just kind of snowballed from there. Caitlyn, not really known for her, I'd say, mid-game to late-game presence. She has a great late game just because of the range. And paired up with a Nunu, it's going to be exceptionally high damage, but you get so much push going on early game. It's all about threatening towers, not necessarily players, and everything comes from the goal that you gain from that. As look at that Lux pick, coming in fast, coming in strong.
That was really quick. That was a really quick pick too. It's like, oh man, Lux, we got to run that. Who ran? We seen was it Blackbean? We've seen play Lux. I think we also saw some Lux from CLG.EU. So it's kind of weird. Like some of the strategies actually going across teams, across regions. It's a little strange to me, but I kind of like it.
I mean, Azubu Frost has run Lux. Lux is, I'd say, getting more and more popular as a pick, and it's a very fun pick. Like, she normally has trouble with someone like Katarina. Katarina can annihilate Lux. It's not even fair. But if you're someone like Orianna, someone who has to play that range game, I mean, Extinct may not kill Big Fat LP in lane, but he's going to have great roaming presence, just getting ganks off by being in the river and getting the ultimate for damage. That's how he ganks, and that's all he needs to do, and that's how scary and just kind of present Lux is in the map. She's not TF, she doesn't have the teleport, but she has relatively safe laning against some characters, and if you have a chance to pick it into a safe character, it's a great pick.
And I'm sure that the Curse.EU also saw the difficulty that CLG had with it when they were going up in their team kill match against their EU brother team, which we had that clarification from Pluto earlier today. It's like, do you want brother team, sister team? What do you like? I like that. It was a question that warranted an answer.
I love it every time Pluto asks a question, and like it's a really good question, but sometimes the player is just like, man,
why?
He's got a really good point with this, but I don't really want to answer. It's like they're good questions and they're fun to hear the answer, but the player is just like, oh,
yeah.
And he's honest, he's harsh, which makes it so cool.
But it's what you need to do sometimes. But there we go. All the picks are going in. We're going to be loading on into this just in a second. So again, this is winner's bracket. Loser drops down loser of this match drops down to play Curse.NA tomorrow, I believe, and then the winner actually goes on to play the winner of TPA and Fnatic.
Which that's
that's
me all the match.
That's all.
And still, This is CLG North America. They're representing all of NA in winners right now.
Right.
Of the 6 North American teams, 5 currently in losers. It's just these guys.
Yeah, and 2 gone.
Yeah, 2 gone with Fear being eliminated by Meat Playground and Team Dynamic being eliminated by Curse. So lots of North America kills going on, as well as North America versus North American losers. Someone had to go home.
Yeah.
And, this is kind of scary. I want to see a North American team do well. Right now, in winners, it's only CLG. Obviously, TSM, Meat Playground are still around, as well as Curse North America, so they're all alive.
Yeah.
But they're down in losers. These guys got to do well.
Yep. So we got Curse.EU actually moving on down, going over up to the tri-ramp, just see if they can get invade over into CLG's blue. Ward eliminated right as it is placed over into that side brush. Got everybody right there just in a moment, taking out that ward. And with that, they're happy with that. Throw it on the Orianna Orb also just to get a little bit of vision, but they realize that right now Curse.EU has all decided to leave. Loco Doco getting trapped over on a tray ramp. The light binding coming on in. First blood going to Extinct. That was really quick. Loco Doco just a little bit too far out of position.
Trying to get that ward down, trying to get it into the river, just, to see that coming. They thought they had the jukes. They thought they had enough time to really get in there and secure it, but just a bit too early or a bit too late on that. That's unfortunate. That's the power Lux has in those level 1 engagements. If you have a Lux, light binding, it's as strong as... Well, it's like Morgana's dark binding. They're both really good bindings. And they're both really good at securing those level 1 kills.
It just dawned on me, the name. Now the names make sense now. Now I understand.
Is it actually called light binding for Lux? I'm actually not positive. It just sounds right.
Light blinding.
Light blinding.
Light binding, yes.
Yeah, light blinding is light blind's a moderator.
Yeah.
On Twitch and actually writing for IGL
who is here. He is actually backstage on the main stage. So shout outs to all of our mods also. You guys are doing an amazing job. Creighton right here in the mid with Batoy making the transition. They don't care if they're seen. They're going top lane. And meanwhile, you're looking at Maluno. He's taking care of the blue buff. It was about to reset, but it looks like he should be keeping that to himself. And where the hell are Creighton and
What are they
going?
doing?
I'm
okay, they're
confused.
lane swapping again. They thought the lane swap was coming out from CLG, and they have to send Agrish top lane. Zenzao versus Caitlyn Nunu. Zenzao's not going to do anything. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Even against Malphite, it may not be the best lane. He does have a decent lane against him, but against Caitlyn Nunu, he's just going to get pressured. He's going to be more or less irrelevant besides his ultimate when it comes to those later game fights.
This is so much time wasted, though. I mean, this is free time to farm for double lift here. And Loco Doco getting actually caught out once again just by sheer auto attacks. Hotshot, unfortunately, not taking full advantage of the fact that he had a little bit of an open lane, so he hasn't really been doing a whole hell of a lot, just harassing back and forth up here with Anguish.
top lane going to be kind of rough for Anguish now. I mean, Malphite's not known as the strongest laner, but he gets to build so much armor, gets so much mitigation. It's really tough to go against that rock. So I'd expect him to try and get a lot of auto attacks either on creeps to his sustain, as Patoy taking a lot of double lift damage. That's how Caitlyn works in the bot lane. She just gets lots of free auto attacks off, and you really can't avoid it.
Yeah, especially when you have the movement speed buff coming in from that blood boil. You just dip in, dip out, free shots, and that's really like one of the big parts of the game down there in bot lane. If you can manage to get free harass, it works so much better in your favor. You're scared to get enemy lane, you force them back, and that opens up more time for you to just free farm.
I mean, also, one of the big problems Lulu has, she's only 300 move speed, one of the slowest in the game. Oh, Belinda looking for a gank top. Can they get this off, though? Hot
shot. He's trying to make it back to tower. There's a pop-up. Flashes into the rupture, but it's okay. He's at tower. But that was still a flash force. That is a successful gank.
He got what he needed, got an objective. There is a Chaucer, though, looking for a fight up there. If it's 2v2, with that flash down, don't know if Hotshot can fight. They don't have Ignite.
And Double F still throwing down those Qs, wants to push the lane over to the tower, make it a little bit harder for Ezreal just to get his farm on. And you know, right now there's a notable lead actually on Caitlyn over Ezreal. So, and the push, it seems to be working. Lokodoku with all those ice balls from the brush, dissuading Patoy from getting too close.
And the problem is that Cretan, every time he goes up for CS, that's a chance for Double Up to get that auto attack off.
Yep.
I mean, maybe he could walk up, get one in return, but it's never gonna be a good trade for him. Look at that damage coming out, getting hit by her Q, lots of DPS. Now he's low. Now he has to be careful because maybe one auto attack, a flash, that could be death. He gets hit by a headshot, he's gone.
Yeah, that's just like, I'm so glad you're not 6 right now, but Double Lift with all this time to farm, he's getting very close. So there's a window of, there's probably like a window of like 2-3 minutes where he can still actually back and get healthy. Big taking a huge chunk from Extinct and that combo, and you know that's the thing with Lux. Lux is fantastic if you land your skill shots. If you get a few more of those like that, that could actually be a quick kill for Extinct. And look at this.
Creatin. I always want to say Creatin, but it's I heard Creatin from a lot of different people. That name tends to change pronunciation. Oh, he's so low.
Wow, the shield just at the last possible second.
He does have heal. He can survive if they go for a burst. He's got to press that button, and the damage will come out so quickly, he may not have the time for it.
Yeah, just for everything, just please keep your hands on your keyboard. If you pick your nose or something, you could actually die, and we would all hate to see that. Chaucer here up in the top lane, recognizing that Anguish is getting a little bit too far pushed up, and Hotshot, he wants to harass, he gets down that movement speed slow. Here comes the axe for a little bit more, though. Ghost has been popped. Flash in response. Anguish wants to get away, just escapes the bush. You got the swings coming from Olaf. Will the damage be enough before he gets the tower? No! He does not live. Nice kill from Chaucer there in top lane.
And that's kind of how Anguish, not Anguish, but Zinzal works in the top lane. Like, he had 2 auto attacks off. He could have turned around, got the knock-up off, but that's not a good disengage. He's still going to turn around, still going to waste some time, and that gives either Chaucer or Hotshot some time to get free damage off.
And that is one of the inherent problems with Zin, is that once you commit, you commit. There is no real
Once
escape.
you're in, unless you knock... Well, actually, you have to use his dash to get to a minion, because if not, if you use his ultimate for a knockback, they're going to stay in range anyways.
Right.
And, like, you've got to be very careful. Once you hit 6, you do have that disengage, but...
It's not the best in the world either.
Yeah, it can go wrong. It can go very wrong.
Yeah, but if he gets properly farmed, if he itemizes correctly, he just becomes an absolute menace. And
You do not kill him.
He does not need to leave.
It's like his DPS will not be the highest in the game, but his presence in the team fight, the amount of control it provides, the slow, and very importantly, just the knockback on his ultimate if used well can just completely win a fight.
Yep, he'll be good. It's just a matter of if he can get there. But for the time being, though, going to return back up to the top lane. How's actually doing in terms of the levels? About a half a level behind Hotshot. But fortunately enough, the wave is pushing into him, so he'll have some time to catch up just a small tad. Meanwhile, up here over by the blue buff, Chaucer going to be passing as soon as it spawns over to Orianna, just going to take the wolves. And Extinct actually making his presence here in bot. Wants to get some harass down on Double Lift. Open up some time for Creatin to actually go get a few last hits of his own.
They just want to like, it's all about the pressure. Oh, actually, Double taken so low. Blow the flash.
Where's Lux? Where's the laser when
She's
you
already
need
gone.
It? Oh.
And Extinct, if he does go back, he's going to be spotted by a ward. Looks like they're just going to take the double golems. They see Extinct going back to the mid lane. And no kill there. But you know what? They have control the lane again. They can push up. They can deny a decent amount of CS. There's actually a lot of time being spent on these golems.
It is also still getting back Double Lift's health. He does have the Vamp Scepter.
He has a Vamp Scepter.
He's waiting for the
push, I believe.
Yeah,
so he is back.
He's back. He doesn't really need to full back on this.
Which he won't, especially because of retreating. So now he's not going to be in danger of dying to an ultimate from Lux.
Right.
He's going to be safe. They did what they need to do. The CS difference still going to be about 20 in favor of Double Lift once those creeps at the turret die.
Yeah, and now the wave's actually been pushed up, so there's an opportunity for CLG Prime to actually freeze the lane down bot and make it even harder for Curse.EU to farm down there. So, but we'll see how well that progresses. And you know, the gold difference is actually pretty significant so early on. It's about 500 gold between the ADs, and that could actually expand. And now also Double Lift, he is level 6. He can get that shot off, and Ezreal and Lulu not going to be so lucky following up after that harass.
I think it's going to be really important in this game is going to be the roaming from Extinct. If you can get some kills off, if you can either farm up or get kills, that'll be the big deal. Being able to pick up Double Lift before he gets into a fight, before someone like Hotshot GG can initiate with the Unstoppable Force, that's going to be, I think, what lets them control fights. Because this team, it's not just based around Double Lift. They have the Orianna ultimate with the Malphite ultimate combo.
Oof.
Ooh, nice little disengage there.
Meluna was sitting in that brush for way too long, just like hoping something would happen, but Big Fat was just farming too safe. Anguish, 1, 2, 3, gonna get the pop-up, but Hotshot's too close to the tower.
Look how much damage that dealt. Very little. It did get through the shield, but that's gonna come back up naturally, and well, that's kind of the problem Zen Zhao has. He just can't get through the shield, and normally you don't build that offense up Zen Zhao. You're going to be much more tanky. So it's not a lane here you can do that much in, but he's not going to. That's not his plan. He's going to be an initiator kind of like Hotshot is. Yeah, and not to mention Hotshot, he went with those Ninja Tabby first. I would expect him to go something like a Chain Vest next, just so he can actually stay in the lane even longer than he is now. But Chouster coming in from behind on the top try. Angus, he's thinking about it. He's wondering, okay, he knows. Ultimate is up on Hotshot. They can go very aggressive. There is a Cho'Gath nearby. Miluno is in the area, but they can go for the dive. The burst will be insane.
Miluno actually doing the defensive move here. Throwing down the Rupture, sees no one into brush, has no idea where Chouster went from there. But he is actually maneuvering out down to the mid. And it looks like they're also going to steal the red right underneath Miluno's nose. There's a Lux Laser. Not going to be stealing that red. There's CLG still going to secure it. Nice invade coming in from Prime.
Chouster actually killing the last little lizard right there just to make sure he got the timing.
Just to make sure.
There's Ghost being used. They're going for a gank on Extinct right there.
There is the Ghost. It is back up. He's going in for the slow just to keep him back. Where is the stun? Nice flash out of the Ori Orb. Wonderfully done. And meanwhile, Hotshot and Angus still duking it out, doing a temporary truce while they're both at half.
I think Angus tried to. It looked like he wanted to knock Hotshot, but unfortunately, when he attacked, he applied Zen Zhao's passive, which does prevent the knockback, and that's kind of unfortunate. But you know what? The good flash coming out, it's still a flash use. It's still a long cooldown. Chouster did use the Ghost in the process, but if he can just use his ultimate, move quickly, he can ignore everything Lux throws at him. So it's going to be still an okay gank if Chouster does head back to mid lane. That's important that Extinct is now exposed. No defense from his flash, and Lux does kind of have ability issues.
She does, and if you just get one missed bind, or even if you do land the bind not to do a ganking Olaf, well, guess what?
He's Olaf. He's like, whatever.
He's Olaf. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a crap. He just throws on the ultimate. He's fine. He just keeps on running at you.
I'm a Viking. You don't stop me. No, you don't. And it looks like Cho'Gath doesn't do a whole lot bottom either. They go for the pressure, but I mean, Caitlyn, Nunu, as long as Nunu isn't far up, Caitlyn can just play far back, has a Caliber net, has the move speed. That'll get her out of so many dangerous situations.
Yeah, and this is a problem that sometimes we see with Miluno, is that if he doesn't see any plays in front of him, sometimes he'll just kind of like run around the jungle in circles. Sometimes he'll miss out a few things like red being taken out from under him. So he does seem kind of lost at the moment, but he is doing the right thing. He's actually farming pretty well. He does have 2 stacks, and as we've mentioned so many times before about Cho'Gath, those stacks, that extra health, every little bit counts into these team fights.
Looks like Miluno's going to be meeting Chouster up in that top rush. They both kind of disengage, pings out from both sides, going, "Hey, let's not fight," because the other jungler is here. They want to kill us.
Right. Anguish, 1, 2, 3. Gonna get the pop up on the Hotshot.
But he's losing this fight.
The junglers are also nowhere to be found. He uses the ultimate. Not quite sure what he's trying to accomplish there. Is a little odd.
The cooldown's fairly low on it. He actually takes Hotshot down to about half HP. He's got a HP pot running. He's got a mana potion running. He's just trying to wear each other down. Anguish is going to push this lane hard, get as many extra auto attacks as he can, trying to use that passive to get HP back. So it makes sense. Just kind of funny to see.
Yeah, it was a little odd. But he does finally ding 9. He still has a little bit of an experience disadvantage as opposed to a Hotshot. But he's doing pretty good, pushing the wave, and he just—that's all. It's starting to come together now. He just wants to push the lane. He just wants to try and deny farm. But this is a very risky prospect because there he comes the Malphite ult. Here comes Chowster up over on the side. That's quite a bit of damage. Popping the ult in pursuit.
Oh,
fail flash. Unfortunate. Angus going down after that one. That is just. That sucks. There's no other word for it. It just sucks.
I mean, he made a mistake. He got punished for it. Good play coming out from CLG, but Angus has to be kicking himself right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, the lane, we've seen how it goes. Eventually, Angus will get even tankier, so will Hotshot. No one's really going to kill each other, but that is the threat that someone like Malphite presents, especially if Angus is using his ultimate just for the damage. I mean, maybe Chauster wouldn't react in time to use his Ragnarok and not get hit by the knockback. Maybe he wouldn't. They don't know that, and it's the problem they have, or Anguish has when he uses that ultimate just for DPS.
So what is Anguish as slowly? What is he? Creatine. Oh, the shield from Lulu actually just barely saving him. He's going to be drinking that health potion for a while. What does Anguish need to do to stay relevant in this game? Because he's the only 2 deaths on his team. He's not itemizing all too great now because he's been denied a fair amount of gold because he's died twice already. What does he need to do here?
He needs to tank up. He needs possibly the Aegis, which could go to Cho'Gath, could go to him. He needs more items just to be beefy, because that's what he's going to do in these team fights. He's going to go in, be a big meat, just a big meat sack, and just take damage. And as long as he can survive, as long as he can go in and use ultimate for good control, that's going to be what they need to do. Oh!
Nice attempt by the laser, but just a hair too late.
I mean, Smite. Can't beat Smite.
Cannot beat Smite. But that is another jungle buff just straight out grabbed and stolen by CLG Prime. They have confident control over Curse's jungle. Also, the warding is quite good, and just an all-out brawl once again here in the top. But yeah, there's great ward coverage actually coming in from CLG here.
I mean, they've got maps all over the place. Only topside isn't that warded, and they're not too worried about Hotshot at this point.
Nah.
I mean, like, when you watch Anguish go aggressive with Hotshot, he's not dealing damage. If Maluna shows up, he does have a lot of magic damage from the Vorpal Spikes and tree damage from his ultimate.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be enough still. Hotshot is incredibly tanky, and he's got the ultimate if he ever really needs an escape.
Things going down onto Maluna. He now has the Oracles, which is the right call here, recognizing that there's way too much coverage and also too many quarters to be picking up strewn across Summoner's Rift. So he's going to be grabbing every single one of those if given the chance, because Chester already, once again, going for the
taking another buff.
And that's it. You saw Maluna going to clear those wards, like, well, I know where you are. Yeah. You're down at the bottom part of the map. I'm going to go swoop in and grab your red.
And Anguish, he's going aggressive again. Hotshot GG, you can fight him now. He has a 2-level advantage.
Yeah.
They might go for the dive, would be kind of weird because of the knockback and how tanky. Oh, they're going for it.
There is the ultimate coming from Malphite. You got Chowster. We'll go with the speed buff coming in from the Shirelias, and then Hotshot doing a great job tanking the turret the entire time and getting out just in time. One more, he would have been dead. Wonderful dive coming in from CLG Prime, but Big Fat getting chunked out by Extinct once again. Those skill shots, if they land, they hurt. But right now, Extinct will be retreating back to the jungle for now.
And Anguish, every time he uses that ultimate, that just sets up a kill because he can't really defend themselves, or he can't defend himself underneath that turret, really anywhere on the map against someone like Chauster if he doesn't have the ultimate up. Double taking or dealing a lot of damage. Another ultimate coming out, still having to take it, and this lane, look at the CS, 160 to 126. Curse, they need to start making plays. They need to start going for grouping and team fights, because as it stands, they're losing top lane, they're losing bot lane. They're not getting gank bot, but that CS advantage for double, that's huge, and that's going to really hurt them once they get to the mid game.
And I'm actually surprised that CLG hasn't actually taken out this bot tier 1 by now. Is that half health? And this is a very push-oriented bot lane, as we said before. But there's still, Curse is still putting up a damn decent fight to protect that tower as much as possible.
They have Lulu, one of the best supports when it comes to wave theory in the game.
Yeah.
Something that's going to be like Nunu with his ultimate. Anguish goes aggressive on the hotshot, but like it's getting worse and worse every time we see a trade. And now the ultimate's on cooldown. Now Chaucer might just go out. She's going mid right now, going on to Exceed. Can they get skilled? Another good flash.
Flashing out of the Ori Orb once again. Extinct has that on lockdown. But then again, remember, Flash is a significantly longer cooldown. Orion's ultimate a Flash being forced out by Loco Doco here, and Bot Malunu making his presence. And every time I see these two top lane fight, it's like, at first it started out like a fist fight, but now it's like Anguish just like...
It's man versus a brick wall.
Yeah, basically he's slapping a brick wall. That's all he's doing at this point.
And now Chauster. Chauster's up here. They might be able to go for this dive. I think Concha's just going to go for it.
Yeah, Fuse coming in once again. The Malphite ult followed up by the Olaf damage. significantly easier this time. There is the flash, but he is still slowed. One more smack. That will take care of that.
And,
oof.
I mean, that's a rampage, but that's 4 deaths. Every single death on Curse.EU, it's on Anguish. Anguish, I mean, he's not really warding top defensively. They don't have an Oracle in CLG, so he could be putting wards down. At the same time, he keeps using his ultimate. I know it has a short cooldown and is reduced every time he uses his Q, but that doesn't matter because Chaucer's coming as soon as he can, and there's nothing he can do.
No, oof, almost got that binding extinct with that one. Keeping Big Fat away, just interrupting the back. Chester finishing the job up here top lane. And I gotta say though, CLG, they're making the right decision with this camp out. They're denying the best possible person on Curse.EU because Anguish, he needs items, he needs levels, he needs that stuff to stay relevant. Granted, on Ezreal, Lux, they can actually be on the back lane. They can be relatively safe. And so they're making the right decision here. Try and take out one of the frontliners.
And that's really what's going to hurt the backline because someone like Lux, if there is no front line, she will be in the front herself.
Right.
If someone like Hotshot can get to her and it's not going to be like, oh, well, Anguish dove and killed us, then you're going to win those fights. And I mean, the fact that Zen Zhao's not going to be able to survive in the back line, that's going to be, well, survive diving their back line. That's going to be a big deal.
He can't survive, period. That's it.
And a lot of it is just he's playing this incredibly risky. He's going for the ultimate. He's not warding. It's not what you normally see. And CLG, I mean, they're punishing it. It's almost kind of like a solo queue top laner where it's just like he keeps going out there and dying.
Yep. Munana doing, still keeping the ward duty up. Support Cho'Gath. I'm going to be hearing about that one for weeks. Big Fat taking a laser to the face, though, brought down to half. And CLG still looking to continue the push. You got Nunu actually making a visit over to mid, while Doublelift is still pushing down bot, throwing down cupcakes whenever possible, just to make sure they are still relatively safe. Extinct finally getting that boob up. Nice to have. And we'll be returning to defend mid. Anguish, the push from Hotshot just never stops. It's what Hotshot does. He's pretty used to. He's pretty known for it from what I hear. And that push is definitely not going to stop, especially with someone like Chowster running defense for you. Maluno base checking the bush. Gonna find a Viking rupture defensive, but will not be walking into that one. Olaf will not be walking on backwards. Axe down. Anguish getting a little bit too big for himself. Throws down the ultimate, sends Hotshot back, and there's the Lux Laser. Rupture popping up Hotshot, struggling to get away. Uses the ultimate to get away from the entourage of Curse.EU, but meanwhile bot lane, Doublelift and Loco Doco are running amok on the bot tier 2. Only Grades in here to defend.
Oh, it takes so much damage. Does a decent amount to double if that Fury is going to show up and he's going to take a lot in response. CLG still camping out. There's so many ultimates used by Curse just to try and take down Hotshot. Hotshot only using the unstoppable force, which frankly, that cooldown is incredibly short compared to everything that Curse has. Well, actually, no, it's not that short.
It's a minute and a half, which is still pretty
It is a short cooldown, though, and they use so much, and it did not do anything. They're not going to get that opportunity again. Unfortunately, Hotshot, a bit too tanky. A lot of physical damage coming out from Curse. Well, mostly being dealt by Anguish, but that armor, that HP, is just going to stop it all. And
Krajan was there in the bot lane defending. He definitely had to be there. He
did defend. He did save that turret, but at the same time, you know, it's 168 CS to 228. It's 60 CS difference in favor of Doublelift, and they just... He can't 1v2 down there. They send up Patoy to try and go ahead, help run the lanes, and it just was not enough.
So where do you see... It's a 3K disadvantage for Curse right now. They're trying to make plays, they're trying to make objectives happen, but the thing is, though, they have these famous pushes, these split pushes, because Hotshot, you know he's never going to leave top. He still has a teleport available, so if he's needed elsewhere, he can just dip out. Doublelift is not going to stop pushing by. He's going there on his own right now, actually. You have the cupcakes, you have the traps to continue going on. What can Curse do at this point? They're being pushed in all 3 lanes.
I think they're going to send Anguish to the mid lane right now. They have a few seconds before top lane, but like, they may make it time, they may not. Maluno now going aggressive, but it looks like their goal is to try and get a little push going on mid lane, just to get something down, maybe force CLG into a bad position.
Yeah.
At the same time, if they spend too long not pushing, well, the split push comes into play, and now top lane is being pushed in bot lane, pretty far up in that lane. They might be waiting for Dragon to respawn. Still going to be a couple minutes, though, and I mean, right now they're kind of running around. They're not really doing anything.
Rupture missing double. If the silence will hit, but will be safe. Just meets up with the blood boil on Nunu and returns over to the mid, waiting for the minion waves to push. And this should be enough time bought to actually take out the tier 1 Chester with the axes, just to keep everyone away. And there you go, tier 1. All of the tier 1s are down for Curse.EU at the moment.
And a very smart play coming out from CLG. They went ahead, pushed top lane, pushed bot lane, like I mentioned, and then when Curse, well, they expected the split push to keep continuing, they want to defend those lanes, and that gave CLG a chance to take out that mid turret, a very important turret for control.
There is the orb onto Hotshot. Blazer taking double lift down another third. That is huge. But keep in mind, though, the Orianna ultimate, it is up. Hotshot GG, his ultimate, Malphite ultimate is up. He could be looking for an engage. Everyone from Curse.EU is very clumped up. Rupture keeping people away, but this is a very big poking battle here in the mid, near like an ARAM almost. Just waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the initiation if they can get it.
They're looking for that chance, but CLG, they're going to let those waves clear. Actually, look at double up going towards that bot line. He knows that those waves are going to build up, be huge, and that's a lot of CS that CLG can pick up. That well, Curse, their waves are pushing out, so every time they push out, all those minions that die in that push, that's not going to
them. Look at this. Look at this. They're getting the push down the bot, and CLG Prime is waiting here, waiting for the transition from Curse.EU from mid to bot to see if they can't actually catch out anybody. You have the ward placement here, just for the Vision. Ezreal with the ult down the wave, but it is not enough. Bot tier 2 now falls. CLG Prime taking that one, and everyone in the rush by the blue, all backing together as a team. How cute is that?
Gonna go home, gonna enjoy themselves. Yeah. Adios, folks.
Everyone,
we got some stuff to do.
It's a family trip.
Yeah, family trip back to the base. We're gonna buy up.
Everyone hop in the car. Everyone, Hotshot's driving.
All right, so Red Pot bot on the Malphite. Hotshot GG is gonna have that push. Gonna be super duper tanky. Now has a frozen heart, which means Anguish doesn't do that much damage to him. Creation doesn't do that damage to him. And Extinct, his cooldowns are gonna be kind of beefy, so he can't really do that much to Hotshot GG as well. That's gonna be a big issue, especially because he's gonna just dive in there, and I don't know if they have what it takes to deal with that pressure.
Yeah, and once Hotshot gets one more level, that's gonna be level 16. That's level 3 in the ult. That's
such a short cooldown.
It's nearly every minute.
Yeah, and the fact that Malphite will almost always have that up for a fight, that's a hard engage. That's what stops someone like Lux. That's what stops this back line of Curse. It's gonna be a 4v5, but Hotshot does have his teleport to get to this engagement. Yeah,
that was huge though, taking out these wards, because that's, if you're gonna be fighting in a river like this in front of a dejected like dragon, that is the only teleport spot you have. So hope the coordination is there, and if Curse is actually on point and can clear out these wards quickly enough, they may be able to prevent that, but that's pretty much all they got. Pings going down like crazy in the mid by both teams. CLG, the remaining 4 members of CLG Prime want to get some free damage on this turret, but there's Anguish with the engage onto double lift, actually pushed away the net, keeping double free zip. Stand still just to evade the Lux laser. The prediction will not come true. Chester out still in the front, Binding missing, and we got, man, Hotshot still has the ultimate up also. Yeah, the ult is up
for it.
Malphite and Ori. The orb is sitting right there in the middle lane. Anguish, though, separating out Chester. Here comes the Caitlyn ult. Extinct going to be tanking that one for the team. And CLG deciding to back off.
They saw the Malphite ultimate. Lots of ultimates are coming up for Curse. They do have those Anguish.
Oh no!
That's a place of flash!
That is the second worst flash I've seen from Anguish all day today. The first.
At least he got over the wall this time.
At least he got over the wall this time.
But actually, it looks like Curse trying to chase. They saw Chauster low in the jungle. If they get, Extinct uses ult, did miss.
Oh, Chauster somehow lives from the shots coming from Ezreal, but right now Curse.EU is regretting the decision. Loco Doco out in front. He may also get the ultimate here, but forcing the flash out from Alunu. Pings going down onto Lulu, returning to the mid. Binding, keeping Big Fat and Hotshot from getting out.
Oh, is Cho'Gath's gonna get out of there.
Cho will get out.
Looks like he's getting chased out, yeah, so.
But the tower should actually fall on this push.
That's well timed from CLG. They get into this big fight as the waves are pushing up. The wave will reach the turret just as the fight ends, and now they're taking up top. They're taking out mid. They're applying pressure all over the place. But Toy takes a lot of damage, low on mana, and right now it's up to just Extinct. Extinct is the only person out of his base.
Creatine does just now come into the top lane right as the turret falls. A little late to the party, but at the very least he can get some farm.
I mean, Double Lift has 3 levels on Creatine. He has, how much CS does he have on him? About 80. And this is kind of the story across the board. No lane is ahead in CS for Curse right now. And it's showing just because they can't deal damage to Hotshot. They can't really reach the back line. And how much damage can Double Lift deal out right now? How much burst is Orianna doing? They cannot team fight, and that's scary because that's what their team is based off. Team fights and possible luck snipes.
Anguish almost getting caught, and Chester's being forced to pop that Shirelia's. Binding will not be hitting, so at the very least, Curse.EU trying to eke out this dragon. But right before CLG Prime can actually regroup over in front of the objective, the coverage is not here. The noms, the snack will have Luna going to be eating up the dragon. A little bit of gold going back to Curse.EU, but it is still nearly a 7k disadvantage.
And the saving grace is that Cho'Gath with his Feast, with his Smite, can have an incredibly good combo to burst down Dragon. Because Chauster, he was hanging out there. He was looking for that Smite steal.
He was, but and also keep in mind that this is going to be great too later on when the Baron fights happen, which may actually be a little bit sooner than I was thinking, because Loco and Chester hiding in the pit. Lux Laser just for a little bit of vision. Same thing with the Ezreal ult, making the assumption that Prime was actually doing the Baron right now, but the Glitter Lance going to get some aggravation. He's going to get some free damage on into Olaf, forcing the flash. Lulu has to get away from Hotshot over into the red pit. There's Balluto being caught by the slows from all of CLG. Double up grabbing that one. There is the Caitlyn ult. Not going to be getting Patoya in that one. Curse.EU taking a shot for the team, and CLG with that kill. I think they're comfortable actually going for the Baron straight out. And we saw this before too. Learning something today. Yes, Caitlyn can actually attack the Baron from over the pit.
And it's a great position because if she wants to go ahead and push aggressively, maybe go towards the end. Oh, Extinct,
good try.
Nice try.
That was a good try.
Almost takes out Choster. Actually takes a little bit extra damage from Baron, down to about 100 HP, but that's not enough.
Wow.
Extinct, oh god.
2 or 3 more shots from Double would actually be enough. He's like, do I want to
like,
go
maybe
for it?
I can do
maybe
it.
I
He
could.
doesn't care at this point. It's like, whatever. If I see him, I go after him. If not, I'll just kill this turret. And that's a problem. Right now, Double just has too much farm. Hotshot GG, too tanky. It's just the gold values are too high for CLG. And they've done it through great pushing, great laning, really getting that CS, punishing Anguish for literally anything he's ever done. I mean, look at the deaths on Curse.EU right now. 5 deaths for Anguish, 1 for Maluna. And that was him trying to defend Patoy and actually getting caught out as a response. So it's just kind of like they played well, but they got punished in lane. The pressure top lane kind of collapsed around the map, and that's just CLG looking strong. And that double lift Loco Doco in that bot lane, they never got pressured by Maluna except for once. And besides that one time, they did go ahead and get some CS for Creatum, but that was not enough.
And Extinct came down also, but it was only, again, it was like very limited number of times.
Yeah, it was just one brief moment.
The presence needed to be more from the jungler, from the mid down there in the bot lane. They could have made a huge difference, but now it's a bit too late. Nearly 100 creeps that Double has over Creatin right now, and the gold is even a
it's 9,000 gold difference.
It's huge.
It's a big number.
It is 3,000 just between ADs.
Luckily, Extinct does have a level 16 ultimate. He has level 3 ultimate at level 16, which means it has a really short cooldown. Probably going to be about 30 to 40 seconds tops at this point. So you can spam it out, maybe have it up once per wave, maybe a little bit less than that. But we saw double up there. The creep wave died, but the tower still had reduced armor and magic resist because the creeps have been nearby. Right. And he got a lot of damage. Look at this. Hotshot GG still hasn't broken his shield. Still has a shield.
Wow.
One more shot. Still has the shield.
He's got another one.
Shield.
Shields on shields on
shields. He takes literally no damage, being shielded twice by Big Fat LP because frankly, that's how much the shield provides.
Hotshot, he doesn't need to do anything.
He's doing it again!
He can just stand still.
Anguish is hitting him!
Hotshot GG is contributing to his team by standing still and ulting. That's all he needs to do. Lulu goes down to all of the pressure. Created trying to struggle to get back. Lulu going to be using the ult on him, but Patoy, flash, auto attack, Double is going to get the kill on the support. Here comes the Ezreal ult. Not enough to kill Double Lift. The lifesteal is too big. Well, the Lux Laser not going to be getting Double Lift either.
Oh, Double Lift!
Oh, man.
Surviving to the very end. That Zeke's Herald on Loco Doco paying off in dividends with those jukes. I think he's only been hit by 1 or 2 lasers so far. And never, while he was low on HP, surviving. Created in a dangerous spot. I gotta try and poke them out, but they've lost an inhibitor turret. They've lost an inhibitor, more importantly. Second inhibitor going down. Double Up takes out Blue Buff back at full HP from all of his lifesteal. Hotshot GG. You know what he can keep doing? Keep tanking those turrets. How much armor does he have?
You know what? I'm afraid to look actually.
279. But no. He activates his W. That's gonna be over 400 armor.
Oh my god.
He's not gonna take any damage.
Oh my god.
And there is armor penetration on turrets.
That is so dirty.
But it's too much. 400 armor. How do you deal with that?
I don't even. How can you wear that many vests? And he's teleporting. Where is he going? Let's find out.
See, all right, top lane.
Okay, top lane.
And now this is where the push continues. But they have a decent amount of Baron buff, maybe about 30 seconds. Not gonna do a whole lot with it though. Yeah. But that means Baron's off the field. What objectives are left? Dragon is down. Baron is down. Red buff now being taken by Maluno. That just leaves one thing. That top turret. That's the only thing that's left for them to take. And CLG, they can take this casually if they want. They can wait. Let the other 2 waves push up with super minions. They can just go ahead, dive it apparently. Well, not even dive it. Just have Hotshot. Look at this damage he's taking.
Anguish, what are you doing?
You are losing this to...
This didn't work 20 minutes ago. It's not going to work now. the Caitlyn ult doing that much damage?
And Angish is dead. This is a now 4v5 against a team that is 12,000 gold ahead. All right, a lot of creeps just died, but that does not matter.
It's you hotshot. He can just stand still. He is hotshot GD is a rally banner.
Yeah,
that's what he is. Rally is back.
And
it is hotshot.
Now he is actually attacking the turret. He didn't even need to do it in the past. This is just this is Curse.EU kind of collapsing.
Yeah.
Everything just went wrong for them. Extinct, he was relevant, but he didn't land enough ultimates, didn't hit enough people. There were just not enough good setups for him. Now look at Doko holding the creep wave, 10-1 score. Curse.EU getting obliterated.
Everything.
The first time I can say this pretty much all week. There's a bald eagle flapping its wings. Enjoy. It's flying around. The American flag is waving, but this is only game 1. As the Nexus does go down,
right.
Curse.EU, they're going to change something up for game 2. That's to say the least.
I would certainly hope that if CLG wins game number 2, they just buy a whole crapload of awards and spell it USA, because they are the last American hope here on the winner side of things. In winners. Oh man, and that was quite convincing and just holy crap double lift. Like that's it. That's holy crap.
I mean, okay, holy crap hotshot. Holy crap Chauster with those ganks. I mean, Big Fat LP, he never got that many big ultimates off early on, but he still did enough. He still forced flashes out of Extinct. And Loco Doko, he died at the 2-minute mark, and then he just provided really good blood boils and ultimates. And guess what? Support, he was still effective.
Pretty good.
That first blood meant nothing. You have to realize, Curse.EU got a kill at the 2-minute mark.
Yeah.
Then 31-minute difference until they could get another. Well, until the game ended. They got nothing after that.
That's
one kill. That's got to sting, to say the least.
It's got to. It has to. And we got to talk a little about Angish, because I'm sure he's just like
he's kicking himself 0-7-1.
Yeah, his ego's got to be what's something worse than bruised, like stabbed.
Well, you know what?
Maybe a few times.
Maybe he won't keep going so aggressive next time.
I hope
kept
not.
Going for those fights, kept attacking Hotshot. Hotshot would just say like, "I'm Malphite. Keep hitting me. Come on. This doesn't hurt. It's not doing anything." And after those fights, he'd use his ultimate. He wouldn't have a good escape. Chaucer would show up. They'd go for a dive. Even though Chaucer could use his own Ragnarok to avoid the knockback of the ultimate, that just means Hotshot would have to blow something to get back in the fight. And quite often, for those top turret dives, they needed just maybe another 1 or 2 seconds, and Hotshot would have died as he went aggressively in there. And it's just, Angish just kept going in, and it was never, ever in his favor past the 2-minute mark.
So what champions do you think we can expect Angish to go heading into game number 2?
Well, I actually do not know a lot about what he plays. Then we actually have some paperwork.
We got a little bit of something, because he's great on Jax. He's great on Aurelia. He's, from what I understand, doing amazingly well with Jace. Like Xin, like this is kind of like a little bit.
This could have been the secret tech they had for CLG North America. Like looking at it, he's not played Xin Zhao in a tournament. Maybe he played it recently. I actually didn't get to catch any of their games, but I mean, he needs to bring in something standard. They try to bring in this awesome pick, and did not work out. Yeah. I could see a Jax. Like Jax Aurelia Jace. Anybody would have been better, actually. That's the truth. Anybody with a bit of true damage to really get to Malphite.
Yeah.
Jax has magic damage with his ultimate and his empower, and even Jace. Jace had the true damage from magic damage from his E and hammer form. So there were a lot of options. Ends out, unfortunately, too physical, too weak to that Malphite pick.
Yeah. So we will see if things do improve. For Curse.EU, they're not.
I want to see us go to game 3.
I would love to see us go to game 3. Considering that nearly all day it's just been 2-0, just blowouts.
And I mean, I keep making jokes about North America, like Bald Eagles, but still, whatever.
We're not out there yet. We're not into the woods yet. So
I still want to. You know what? I'm okay if that Bald Eagle has to work for it.
That is what's hey, survival of the fittest, man.
Survival of the fittest, man.
That's what you need to do. We'll be back in just a little bit. Game number 2, CLG Prime and Curse.EU. We'll be back in just a little bit.